So you get that notice that your insurance has been canceled. It's a real gut punch, right? But what if it's not actually the end of the story? Today, we're going to walk through the exact steps you can take to get your coverage back. Let's dive in. You see it in your email, or you get that letter in the mail. Your policy is canceled. And that immediate feeling, it's just panic. What do you do now? Where do you even begin? And your mind immediately jumps to the worst-case scenario, doesn't it? Is that it? Is your coverage just gone for good? Are you now out there completely uninsured with all the risks that come with it? Okay, take a breath. Here's the good news. A cancellation notice isn't always the final word. It's a serious situation for sure, but it is not always the end of the road. See, in a lot of cases, there's a specific process, a lifeline, really, that lets you undo the cancellation. It's called policy reinstatement, and we're about to break down exactly how it works. All right, so first things first, don't panic. A cancellation is a problem, absolutely, but it's often a solvable one. So, what is this solution we're talking about? Think of it like this. Reinstatement is basically hitting the undo button on that cancellation. Now, the key thing here is that you're not getting a new policy. You're reactivating your original one. And that's a huge deal because it keeps your policy history intact and usually lets you skip a whole new round of underwriting. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? Reinstatement is not guaranteed. It's not some automatic right you have. There are very specific rules that decide whether you're even eligible for this second chance. So, what are they? This really lays it all out, clear as day. On the left, you've got the common stuff, where reinstatement is usually on the table. Like you just missed a payment, you act fast, and nothing bad happened while you were uninsured. But look at the right side. If the policy was canceled for something serious like fraud, or if you suddenly became a much higher risk, then that door is pretty much closed. The insurer is just going to say no. And when I say you have to act fast, I mean really fast. This isn't something you can put on the back burner. As you can see, the window to get this done can be incredibly short. Some insurers give you as little as a week. If you wait more than 30 days, well, in almost every case, that option is completely off the table. The clock is definitely ticking. So what happens if you miss that window or you're just not eligible? Well, your only other move is to apply for a brand new policy. And that might sound like it leads to the same outcome, but believe me, the difference between reinstating an old policy and getting a new one is huge. Pay close attention here, because this might be the most important takeaway. With reinstatement, you keep your old policy number, you keep your history, and you usually get to avoid a whole new underwriting process. That means it's almost always faster and cheaper. A new policy, you're starting from square one. Full underwriting, a good chance of a higher premium, especially with a recent cancellation on your record, and you might even get hit with new waiting periods. The bottom line is this: reinstatement is pretty much always the better deal if you can get it. Okay, so you've confirmed you're eligible. You know it's the right move to make. So what do you actually do? Let's walk through the exact game plan to get your policy back in action. Here it is, your 5-step playbook. Number 1, act the second you get that notice. Time is your enemy here. 2, pay up. Settle everything you owe plus any late fees. 3, and this is a big one, you'll probably have to sign a no-loss declaration. That's a legal document saying you didn't have any claims during the gap. Be honest. 4, get it in writing. A phone call is not enough. You need written proof. And last, number 5, confirm the exact date and time your coverage kicks back in. Don't just assume. Now, just as important as what to do is what not to do. People make these mistakes all the time. The biggest one, just paying the bill and assuming you're covered again. Nope, it's not automatic. Another critical error is trying to hide a loss that happened during the gap. That is fraud, plain and simple, and it will get your policy canceled for good. And I'll say it again, never, ever trust a verbal promise. In the insurance world, if it's not in writing, it basically didn't happen. So you did it. You followed the steps, you paid your dues, you've got the confirmation in your hand, your policy is back, you're feeling relieved. But This brings us to the single most important make or break question in this whole process. And the answer is a hard, unequivocal no. This is so important to understand. Reinstatement is not a time machine. It does not go back and cover the period when your policy was canceled. If you had an accident or your basement flooded during that coverage gap, I'm sorry, but you are on your own for that loss. Your coverage only starts again from the moment of reinstatement forward. There is zero retroactive cover.
You know, this quote really nails it. Getting a cancellation notice is a warning shot. It's not necessarily a fatal blow. But if you drag your feet, if you make assumptions, or if you aren't completely upfront in the process, you can easily turn a fixable problem into a permanent and very, very expensive one.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Getting your policy back is a huge relief, no doubt. But for that period of time, whether it was days or weeks, you were completely exposed. And that gap in your protection is a powerful, powerful reminder of why staying on top of your insurance is so critical, and why acting fast isn't just a good idea, it's your best defense.